Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the leather Adidas F50 adiZero miCoach 3 in the Whiteout colorway. Now inside the box, all you get are the shoes themselves. These do not come with any extras, so I'll get the shoes out of the box really quickly, get this box out of the way. And if you guys could take a quick second to leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. Now for those of you guys that saw my video on the blackout colorway, yes, those did come with an extra set of laces, but from the pair that I received, there were no extra laces in the box with the whiteout colorway. So keep that in mind. If you don't get extra laces, that is completely normal. Now, as far as the colorway itself goes, pretty straightforward. It's a predominantly white shoe. You got white laces, white upper, white sprint frame. You have a little bit of an accent with the gray synthetic suede heel liner, the black on the insole, and then the main kind of accent color on this shoe is this lime green color that I think looks really, really good against the white base. You have your lime green F50 logo there on the tongue, your lime green accents under the stripes, as well as this adiZero pinstripe on both the inside and outside of the shoe. And then of course the studs in the forefoot are also that lime green color. Now for those of you guys that are wondering, so I'm sure this question will be asked, are these going to get dirty when you wear them? The answer to that question is absolutely. And then other people are going to ask, how can I keep them clean then? And the answer to that question is don't wear them. White shoes get very, very dirty, especially when you have exposed stitching and exposed white leather, not to mention the laces as well as the sprint frame will be stained by grass and dirt. So again, if you want to keep these white, I suggest buying them and keeping them on the shelf. Other than that, if you buy these, expect them to get dirty sooner rather than later, I should say. Now, as far as the technical specifications go, it's exactly the same as the blackout colorway. You're going to have your Golio calfskin leather here in the front, at this seam going all the way around the forefoot and toe box, cutting off at this seam right here, as well as the tongue itself. Same type of leather we've seen used on past adiZeros. It's not the best quality overall, but it is something. It's not too bad. The one downside that I would say to the latest F50 adiZero is that there's just not enough leather on the boot. You can see it cuts off pretty much right after the very first lace hole. So for the most part, only the toe box and forefoot area is going to provide a soft leather touch on the ball, whereas the entire midfoot is made from a synthetic material, as you can see. Now on the blackout and whiteout colorways of the leather adiZero, it is not a speed foil synthetic like we saw on the launch Samba Pack blue color of the leather adiZero. Instead, it is a synthetic material that is a little bit more leather-like. It has a synthetic artificial leather grain over top. You can see it's a little bit thicker, has a slightly more padded feel, and is definitely a lot softer and more flexible than the speed foil synthetic upper. So for that reason alone, it feels a lot more comfortable on feet, and I definitely prefer this material over the speed foil. But in terms of what future colorways are going to offer, I just don't know at this point. So just know, as of right now, the blackout and whiteout colorways feature this type of synthetic through the midfoot, whereas the blue Samba Pack leather F50 adiZero features a speed foil synthetic midfoot. Now moving on to the rest of the shoe, you have a central lacing system, as you can see, a synthetic suede heel liner on the inside with a decent amount of padding considering the lightweight nature of this particular shoe. Moving on to the insole, you get one set of comfort adiZero insoles. You can see you got your adiZero branding on top, a synthetic suede liner which is very, very soft, and then the new comfort kind of design of the insole, in that it's pretty much the same shape, but it uses a better quality, slightly thicker, more dense foam that to me just feels a little bit more comfortable on feet, which is definitely a nice improvement on the shoe itself. Now moving on to the outsole, you still have a sprint frame construction, as you can see, which is what makes this shoe so lightweight in the first place. You can see that they have reverted back to a rounded off heel counter as opposed to the more geometric shape. Really no difference in feel or performance, at least from what I've noticed so far. And then moving on to the stud pattern, this is where you're going to see the most significant changes to the shoe. You still have your miCoach pod in the middle, as well as your 4 triangular heel studs. Moving into the forefoot though, you're going to notice that you have more of a bladed stud pattern, along with this little toe pick stud here at the end. The bladed stud pattern overall feels, to me, a lot more stable. It's closer to the ground and definitely provides better grip when pushing off and making hard lateral cuts. It's a better stud pattern overall in pretty much every situation, and I much prefer it to all of the past adiZero stud patterns that feature triangular studs, much like what you're going to find in the heel. And like I said, it's just a huge improvement in my opinion in terms of overall performance. And then this little pick at the toe while it may not make a huge impact in the overall feel of the shoe, does make a slight difference in terms of giving you that ease of mind in case you do kind of get caught on the tip of your toe. You have that little bit of extra grip there should you need it. And even if it stops you from slipping just one time, it's worth having it there simply because it's not adding really any weight to the shoe, and it's definitely not going to get in your way. But that's pretty much it as far as the technical specifications of this shoe go. And move on next to a quick weigh-in so you can get a better idea as to how lightweight these guys are. The adiZero has always been a go-to boot for anybody looking for an extremely lightweight feel, and the latest edition is no different. So I'm going to weigh this pair for you today in real time. Keep in mind that this is a brand new pair in a size 9 US. We're going to throw it on the scale, and you can see that these guys weigh in at 6.7 ounces, which is roughly an ounce more than the synthetic version of the F50 adiZero. I would say that there is a slightly noticeable difference in weight when the shoes are in hand, but when they're on feet, it's a lot more difficult to tell a difference in weight. The one thing that the synthetic pair does have going for it in terms of feeling a little bit lighter is that it has a tighter overall fit, and because of that feels more responsive and moves more closely with your foot, leading to an overall more lightweight feel. But again, like I've said in the past, either way, whether you go with the leather or synthetic upper variations, you're going to get a nice lightweight feel. But that's pretty much it as far as the weigh-in portion of this video goes, and I move on next to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes fit and what the sizing is like. Alright, here's a look at the leather adiZeros on feet, and from right out of the box, this is a relatively comfortable shoe considering how lightweight it is. The leather at the front of the boot is pretty soft and flexible from right out of the box. Of course, after several hours of wear time, it will soften up even more and even stretch and form to the exact shape of your foot. While this variation of the Leather F50 features a much softer, slightly more padded feeling synthetic material through the midfoot, which overall I prefer to the speed foil synthetic that we have seen on certain variations of this particular shoe. Now, in terms of width, I would say that it is a shoe that's going to fit in most foot types, just as long as you don't have excessively wide feet. Keep in mind that the fit is more snug through the midfoot, and you're not going to get much stretch out of it, considering that it is a synthetic material, whereas the forefoot and toe box area has a decent amount of width and will stretch because it is a natural leather. In terms of sizing, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect, so if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size for the best possible fit. So that's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion of this video goes, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing of the Leather F50 adiZero. Overall, my general impressions of the Leather F50 is that it's hard to classify this as a true leather soccer shoe just because they've stripped away so much of the leather on the upper in comparison to the previous model. But if you are looking for something that's going to offer that lightweight F50 adiZero playing experience, but is at the same time going to be a little bit more comfortable, then the Leather F50 adiZero may be something to consider. As far as the forward review goes, guys, that should be going up very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. There will be a link in the description to the review page on my website if you guys are at all interested. On that page, you will find Buy It Now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes to get yourself some additional discounts if you do want to get a pair of these for yourself. If you have any questions regarding the Leather F50 adiZero, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.